Okay, not the logistics one, because that one you have Ninja Van, you have Q Express, you have a lot of different competitors, right? But letterbox, they hold the master key. They are the only ones who can send letters to your letterbox. Okay, any more? How many chicken rice sellers are there in your canteen? School canteen? One. Sometimes you have this thing called a local monopoly. Okay, or even the drink store in a cafe. There's only one. So they may have monopoly power. Don't say, oh, very small, no market power. They can practice price discrimination. They can have a student meal versus adult meal. That means they have market power. Okay. So biceps. Now, when you look at the features, case study, very common to have a 2-mark question on explaining the type of market structure described in the extracts. Okay, so they'll describe and then tell you, oh, there's a certain type of market structure. Okay, so how do you answer these questions? Okay, I feel that if I see this question, my first thought is market share. Okay, so what do? I look for a table like this. Okay, like what? Firm, market, share. Firm A, firm B, firm C, let's say this is 35%. Let's say this is 21%. This is 18%. Okay. Others. Okay. If this is the case, I'm going to say, okay, the market, have you heard of this phrase? Concentration ratio? Yeah. Market concentration ratio of the 3 largest firms. How much is it? Wow. If you all find it, hey, how come so fast? How do you add up so fast? You just take 100 minus this. Okay. All of the 3 largest firms is 74%. This is expressed as MCR3 is 74%. Okay. Therefore, it is a oligopolistic market. Somehow, I don't think I've seen any other answers other than oligopoly. If you have done all these, you have identified. Okay. But you need to also explain, because they say explain. So you need to add the definition, which is made up, which is dominated by a few large firms which are mutually interdependent. Okay. So this is how you explain the type of market structure. Okay. If I don't ask you to explain, I ask you to identify it. Identifying, you just need one word in your answer. Oligopoly. That's it. Don't bother with explaining. Okay, so if that's the case, this is 1 mark. Identify the type of market structure, write oligopoly, full stop, move on to your next question. Don't volunteer beyond what they need you to do. But when they ask you to explain, then you write this whole thing. Okay. Time management also knows also means knowing what not to write. CSQ. But this is my first thought. Imagine I see this question and I turn to my extracts. If there is no table, so sad, okay? If there's no table, sometimes it's in the wording, but if it's no table, not in the wording, then think of this. This is the next suspect, okay? Check the extract for evidence of barriers to entry. And if they are high, it's typically oligopoly. Monopoly will be very clear. I don't think they'll give you monopoly. Okay. So what is this telling you? You have to be familiar with different examples of BTE. Why? The wording can be very subtle, you know. Imagine they say, oh, Singapore is notorious for having a very strict regulatory regime where we seldom grant licenses to banks. Do you see a barrier to entry there? It's an artificial barrier to entry, regulation, licensing. Or if they say that, oh, to become a pharmaceutical company, they must be prepared to sink billions of dollars into research and development. That is high setup costs. Okay. Or in this industry, the branding has been dominated by Apple. Then brand name barriers to entry are very high. Okay. So you must be familiar with the different types. It's a bit like DDSS. You know your factors, then you see which one the extract mentions. Okay.